Hello.
Looks like I chose a good color coordination today, James, because G2 are starting off well.
Okay, I see what you did there. Yeah, very good, very good. It goes well with your shoes.
Yeah.
You should show them the sole of your... Is it marble as well? Okay, it's not as marble as the side. The side is cool. Very good. All of Dan's shoes are white. And,
yeah. I bought black shoes for years, and then now I've got 3 pairs of white shoes.
My sole's very dirty, but I got yellow shoes on today. Goes well with your banana top.
Yeah, this is more of a pastel.
All right, whatever. Anyway, we have Inferno coming up now between Mousesports and who are Mousesports playing? They're playing G2, aren't they? They're playing G2, who have a skateboard. It's hard to look at your screen and see which way you're supposed to point, but there's the skateboard from when they won. These are the champions. These are the previous champions. So we've got 4 skateboards. This is season 5. So perhaps we will see a 5th skateboard appear during season 6.
Well, technically, James, you'd call it a deck. It's not actually a skateboard. It's missing its trucks and wheels. So just FYI.
Why do you know so much about that?
What do you mean?
You're not a skateboarder.
I bought a skateboard, put it together myself. Bought the deck, the Spartak deck, got some trucks. I forget which brand. This was like 15 years ago.
Spitfire wheels.
I was really fat back then, which didn't really make for a good skateboarding experience.
Fat Dan on a skateboard.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Wait, Dan was thick? I didn't know Dan was thick.
He was a large man. Did you have big wrists?
I was a little tire baby.
No.
I looked like the Michelin Man when I was a baby.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. Don't know how that works out.
I have a picture of me as a baby in a tuxedo. Actually, like on the subject of babies, right? If you guys don't follow 50 Cent on Instagram, I highly recommend it because he just posts. he is like a mini. He's like a mini world star hip hop or something. He just posts the most ridiculous videos. And yesterday, he posted a video of a child's baptism, where just the priest is just dunking the baby like this, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing to that baby?" And every clip, he just writes, "Get the strap underneath" as well, which is just hilarious. He's very childish, very much up my street. It's hilarious. Definitely watch 50 Cent on Instagram. It's just daily, but it's hilarious.
You should just tweet him constantly or message him constantly until he plays CS with you. Make a stream. So like Ninja had Drake, you can be James Barlow for 50 Cent. I would pay money to see that.
Me too.
I would pay actually a lot of money to see that.
I'd pay an entry fee, yeah.
I'd pay like £500 for that. Not even joking.
Would that get us both then?
Everyone paid £500. We can maybe make it happen. Kenny
might pay some money to get his health back after getting shot. Just having a look, seeing what's going on in the mid area. I like the presence from Mousesports as well. I think CTs will get confident and use the range down there quite a lot. That's a nice pop flash from Apex, and it's going to... Ooh. That was a really nice pop flash. Not any kills though, but just buys some time for his team.
Okay, well, it's going pretty well so far onto the bomb site. That said, MBK did take a while to go down, but Mixwell doing the damage from the back. Kenny yes at the pull. Very good headshot angle. Perfect engagement. Very advantageous. Nico has to go for the clutch. Not an easy one. 3 players running out of bullets, running out of time. And now he's run out of chances. GT will win the pistol. That is pistol number 3.
It seemed like everything went right for G2, besides hitting the shots, and at least they delayed for rotations long enough that even though they missed all their shots, they had a great pop flash to miss all their shots. They had a good setup, but they couldn't get the kills. Their teammates could get there in time to help them out.
And I will correct myself because that's actually the first pistol GT have won, not the 3rd one. Mousesports won pistols of cash. And not much else.
And not much else.
Not much else. So, it's really cool actually. Obviously in the first podcast I spoke with Sean a lot, and it's really interesting some of the spots about like how he decides to call rounds, consecutive gun rounds, where like and even he used an example of a team in ECS, I think it was actually FaZe. He was just sort of making the point that despite it being sort of a run-of-the-mill online game, no reason to go, grand finals LAN mode, they still had a really coherent and cohesive gun round by gun round plan, and each gun round sort of builds on the last round. It's all completely tied in and relevant from like a strategic perspective. So it's really cool to hear him sort of go into detail on how the calls worked for like 6 gun rounds in a row. It's just, Sean is great to listen to with that kind of stuff, and it makes you think a lot when it comes to a map like Inferno, because Inferno is so much about conditioning the opponents, so much about modulating your pacing to try to make it very obscure. How you're moving around the map, make it very hard to read as to how the CT should invest that very precious utility. We also talked about holding onto utility on the CT side as well, which is something that some teams historically have been very good at. Astralis, always. SK in the past as well. But will G2 be able to do that against Mousesports? I guess time will tell.
Oh, yes. The W button. Only one button on his keyboard there.
There you go.
Down banana, there you go. Ding dong. Ooh, out of bullets. Will there be a kill? Will there be a kill, Sonny? Tell us. Show us. This is a nice angle for a crouch peek of a deagle. Ooh, peppering though.
I wonder what G2 will do now, because they don't have to. They actually don't have to really buy up anything. They could actually keep these 4 SMGs.
Oh, they should, yeah.
And you know, with the utility, they can play a very aggressive playstyle. Mousesports, though, will likely anticipate that. So, Mousesports, the argument I think is to play a slow default. I think that's what you would want to do against this, just to be really safe, or you'd want to go crazy. Yeah. I feel like there's no middle grounds against G2.
But yeah, going crazy seems like very dangerous. I mean, that's why they're not playing on banana here, because the amount of utility they know G2 are going to have when they upgrade, or when they don't upgrade. And there's really no reason to just take a bunch of nade damage when you could wait it out and have just a clean walk up.
Oh, MBK teasing. And indeed, Sunny's playing this really, really well. He manages to get in front of the smoke. There's no re-flash. There should be another flash here for the CTs if they want to push the issue here, but I think, well, there is a flash. I was going to say maybe they missed the timing for it. MBK still goes for it, still gets 1 kill, but is that enough really in this position? Doubling down is Apex, and he'll go down 2, which will split away Kenny S from A to B. G2 struggling now.
That is quite the angle from Monsieur Stico. Ready for the re-aggression as well, perhaps due to the MP9 not being the most fantastic weapon, but this is okay for G2. They would like to do some more damage, but of course they kept their money together, as aforementioned by my colleagues. And that means they can buy together and they'll have a nice, juicy buy. It'll be juicy, full of juice, Dan.
Yeah, one quick point about this round, which I think is interesting. If G2 were to go and look back at it, I think they missed a step in how they were looking at banana, because the pop flash play came in very late, and that flash is actually just to make it certain that T's couldn't have pushed that smoke, because they weren't in position to actually secure that just yet. But if you give too much time, then there's a spot for Mousesports to actually play in through the smoke. Obviously, Sunny was already there, but there was definitely a more optimal window of time to get the SMG of MBK close, because he doesn't want to be playing from the wall there, because then we see Sunny suddenly when he's got this position at the bottom of banana, he now has favorable engagements. That's not supposed to be how that goes. You're supposed to be able to get the SMGs into a position or just evacuate completely. So it seemed like they missed the timing there.
Yeah, especially with the weaker guns, right? Like, take the risk, go up closer, and use the utility that you have that they're probably going to respect in the first place, and go ahead and take like a forward position for free. I'm with you on that.
No juice had for them. At least you said something about juice, James. I'm bringing it back to the juice.
Ooh. This is not the time to talk about OJ Simpson.
Okay. I don't understand.
3-2 setup.
OJ the juice man.
But still. But still.
Got to look at Dave Chappelle's specials on on Netflix. 3-2 setup from G2 between A and B. They have possession of the banana position from Mousesports for the time being. Steps are being made. You don't often see those retake attempts with a flashbang from a CT side unless they don't really have the fullest of buys. It's more when their existing situation has shortcomings that you see those aggressive plays. 45 seconds remain, and as you can see, Mixwell still in a deep position, but he's being fought. Okay, Mixwell.
See ya.
I mean, the smoke was there.
Yeah, the smoke was there.
But it seems he was...
And the flash was just way too late.
Stiko's just probably wondering, like, why did that just happened.
Why was that so easy?
Yeah, it seemed he was prioritizing waiting for the flash over, and maybe that's a language barrier thing. I don't know, but I mean, yeah, that happened. Anyway, there are 17 seconds, and this bomb is still yet to go down, and there is a position for Apex. Not Apex here, it's Kenny S. What is happening to this round? Apex just waiting on the site. And, oh, that is...
What? They didn't plant?
Did he come off it?
He came off it. He had no choice.
Oh dear.
He didn't think Stico could trade there.
What a bizarre round.
This is so weird. So there, he could have yelled flash and his team was just like way too slow about it. But he still needed to run because of that Molotov. What a series of weird events.
I don't even.
That would have been a save. He just needed to put that bomb down and hope his teammate was there to trade. He just didn't think Stico had wrapped Arch already.
That's a really frustrating one to lose, especially in a spot where you really need that rounds. Now G2, they could really make this hurt for Mousesports. They're able to win this round. Kenya's still on the AWP. So lots of things to worry about for the Mouse. Pap. Through the smoke. And Mousesports have Banana. They've got the ability to try to take top mid now as well if they want. G2 playing pretty passive. It looks like Mixwell's looking for him to play top mid now. But this is where pacing comes into play. Because not seeing anything top mid here and then seeing these late smokes, if it's a faster pace or a slower pace, they can mean two different things. Mousesports going for that top mid take. Ooh. Oh, come on! That's outrageous.
It's pretty good going. 35 seconds for Mousesports. They don't want to make the same mistake twice. The unforced errors we like to talk about in that previous round. Just waiting way too long. There's a flashbang. Mixwell will be careful. And did he see? I think he might have just about seen someone. But again, look at the time on the clock here. Mixwell might be going for the ace. 4 kills for him. Oscar alone now with 12 seconds. Time is not their friend. It is their enemy, Mousesports, in these recent rounds.
One interesting thing is you don't often see T's throwing a Molotov for this position. Obviously, like that's not applicable in this round, but just as a sort of a side thought, you don't often see teams sort of like placing a Molotov in that position because you see that dynamic happen often. You push the Arch player back, playing defensively towards Library on the site on that angle, and if you play with a lot of time left in the round, you can sort of really suggest a split actually, and you don't have to go for it. But obviously, that player then it's very hard for him to know where to stand. So, I wonder if we'll start to see some of that. That was... oh no! Oh no! Poor Kenny. Mixwell looking to try to clean up here.
Yeah, these are just peanuts for Mousesports though. They want the party sausages.
They have the sausages now, James.
Cocktail sticks.
The punch has been spiked.
Okay, didn't have to take it there.
Okay. Laid to rest. That's just a super weird round. It feels like level of focus on everyone's like 20%. Like I think it's a given. Like if you look at Kenny S's position, he misses the first shot. It's just pretty much screwed from that position forwards.
Yeah, you're not going to see that happen twice, really. Like where they're able to rush him at Arch, exactly what he wants, and then he doesn't get a kill. They get around, they get the off.
Mixwell kind of get one somehow, struggling to connect anything.
Holes. Yeah, they pull off an Arch split with no utility or guns.
Yeah.
So it's a very strange. It's been a lot of strange rounds so far in this game.
Yeah, it has been a bizarre game, hasn't it?
Ooh. Oh my God, Steve did so much damage.
He doesn't even know.
He has no idea that he has done 200 damage.
He doesn't know how good he is. Now he knows.
And another one. That's my Biggie impression. Sounds like a northern guy in a chip shop though.
You did,
but I did my best.
The nasal.
I can only do Tennessee accents. My 3-6 Mafia game is on point.
It's hard out here for Pim.
Turn a key.
These are the good ones. Those are OG.
So they know where one of these two players is. I do wonder if we'll see. You know, sometimes players will look at the other player's head. They put their head in a crosshair. I just wonder if one day someone's going to just accidentally shoot him in the head. You know, like Apex just looks at Kenny S he just aimed at his head. Like, what if he just accidentally pressed?
I would.
I used to have these.
My mouse clicks are so low.
I used to have these mice from a not so popular manufacturer, which had the left click was. They had this adjustment to it where it was almost like the slightest touch. It was sensitive, but over time it became more sensitive, and then was just kind of didn't really function very well. But you could just accidentally press it just by resting your finger on it.
Yeah, my mouse clicks very easily all the time, and I always say my finger gets heavy. That's what I would say. I don't know what that is, but if my finger actually starts to get heavy or what, but
your finger gets heavy.
Yeah.
What kind of a human being are you?
Like I'm holding my mouse all day, and then sometimes I'm like, it eventually. It's kind of like the woodpecker thing.
Maybe you need a new mouse.
I love my mouse.
Like the same mouse, but new.
I just got another one.
If you have a heavy finger issue.
That's a finger issue.
Yeah, I just don't believe that. I feel like to me it might be a heavy finger issue. To me it might be you need a new mouse issue. What is on your finger?
Gravity. Pulling my heavy fingers down, Jake.
Where do you stand on heavy finger issues, Dan?
It's not something I tend to worry about personally.
I'm not worried. I'm just aware.
Oh. More investigation, more science needs to be done. Okay, this is going a little bit wrong.
What a maneuver!
Oh my! So this is a really weird situation. Sort of everyone just dying in mid. Not too much to talk about. Not much going on here. Just losing fights. And G2 confident to repeat, confident to take their fights. MBK starting things off well. And that'll be 6-3. G2 not quite yet wiping out the economy of Mousesports. Goodbye left in them.
The TGV has left the station.
What's a TGV?
TGV is the fast train in France, which is really good when it's on time, but it's often delayed. But it seems that G2 have the momentum.
So I guess it has to be fast if it's delayed all the time. So that it's just an average.
It's crazy.
Averagely fast.
It's crazy how sometimes the delays are like 40 minutes or something. It's insane.
So it's not really
when it goes wrong, it goes very wrong. But it moves quickly. The point is the momentum, Dan. Never mind the timing, the momentum.
When it's going, it's
Today's
great.
TGV is on time. They're leading 6-3. They wiped out Mousesports in the previous map. Momentum is with G2. They're on a TGV. They're in first class.
MBK go for the peek with the flash, but he's immediately denied by Oscar holding the angle, which does put G2 in an awkward position. They'll have to consider cheating a player over. I say cheating, it's not really the right terminology here, is they sort of just need to. They are, with only 4 men, looks like they're actually going to go for a gamble stack here, rotating an additional member. That will be 3 towards B. However, Mousesports with plenty of time off of the first pick will just hold positions around the map, waiting for a play, waiting for an info play from G2 perhaps, as Stico starts to pressure towards top mid. This is a great bait for G2 to try to convince G2 to go for a pop flash play into Banana, to try to work out if Stico's lurking or not. But they're not doing it. This is really interesting.
Smoke grenades will be deployed. Oh yes, I love the flashbang over the roof, so any CC he's facing will be blinded. Kenny missing the first shot. Will he get another opportunity though? His teammate's been lost. Looking at too many targets. The Flames obscure a position as well. Mixwell doing what he can. Another multi-frag from Mixwell, but Body is alone and surely... Oh, hello. Meeting of the minds. How does he win that one? How does he win that one? All of a sudden, it's a 1 versus 2. The bomb's only just gone down. This is doable now. He heard the sounds of Oscar rotating, just jumping around to parkour from Oscar, and he's made his way back into the site, but the presence is still, the essence, the smell, the oils, still around the construction area. Body will have to clear it. Oscar moving around, different targets. Back to the well, and Body will be drowned.
I think Mousesports played that round really, really well. G2, I think G2 did the one sort of thing that would give them a chance by basically sort of trying to go for a gamble stack, because Mousesports created a spot where they heavily encouraged G2 to actually go for info on Banana, which they didn't do. And had they done that, obviously that's you're playing into the hands of Mousesports, which was how they designed it. But obviously at the same time, Mousesports still have such a good advantage that they can run a set piece and still be favorable going into the site. So Mousesports just finding multiple ways to set the round up to be favorable. So I really like that round.
Yeah, I like that point. That they were really encouraged to go for the info on Banana.
Banana. Diggity.
Bruce.
Oh, what?
There's a gap in the smoke.
Oh, there is a slight gap. Hello. Hello.
Mousesports looking for round number 5. Oh, NBK is position known. Down, up, but that smoke will not come fast enough. Isolates a 1v1, but he will not win it with the MP9. And now B is with the T's, although they still have 2 people top mid, so G2 could get wiped out in this round.
The interesting thing for me is that he went for the smoke instead of the Molotov, but never mind. Making sure that Robs is extra dead, not just satisfied with a little bit dead. Wants to go and do the job properly.
That was kind of interesting. The smoke instead of the Molotov when he got spotted, because I think initially, you know, smoke when you don't get spotted because all right, they're gonna respect it. But once he gets spotted, okay, I'm alone. I have the MP9. My teammates are very far away.
Yeah.
Should probably make sure they can't come through this.
Especially as he wanted to peek out to take the fight. The other player with a rifle has to stop to shoot him. So then he's standing in the Molotov, so it increases the likelihood of this successful duel. I'm sure that's like he would look at that and be like, oh, that's what I should have done. But sometimes in the moment you pull out the wrong grenade maybe, and then you don't have time to pull out another one, so you might as well just go for it.
Another one.
I respect.
I messed it up again.
Sounds like a nasally.
And another one. That's the last time I'm going to try that. I can't do it.
And another one.
Just I'm not made for it. It's like the large man voice. I'm not a large man, so I'm not that kind of large man, so I can't get that kind of deep. 2 AKs on G2. Mixwell has had a number of multi-frag rounds, and he's carrying one of these 2 AKs, so perhaps he can get something done here for his team, for G2. 3 players towards A. This looks like a fast one from Mousesports, trying to eliminate what there is here for the B bomb site, but NBK with the USP. It's going to kick things off. And now there is a question for G2. Do they want to save these 2 rifles that Mixwell and Body have? They are non-committal to this retake attempt, spraying, trying to do what they can, but indeed it will be the smart decision from them, leaving Kenny S in situ with a P250, and he might just get himself a kill. Oh! Oh no! What if he clutches it? What if he clutches it? He hasn't spotted the play just yet. Could have been another one. Sorry.
The last one.
Last one. I'm sure someone at home is very upset now. I won't do it again. I promise. I promise.
I thought the P250 was good at range. What happened there?
I don't know.
Is there something?
He was betrayed. He was betrayed like he was using a 5.7. He did not deserve for Rex.
Yeah, that seemed really weird. I mean, there's always like, you have to consider the first bullet inaccuracy, but and it's got variance on it, so it's a tough one. Such is the nature of the game.
The game.
Some inherent variance in this, how the guns work. Pop flash over, and nice trade from Oscar. No deep smoke to deny his vision. There it is. And that will allow G2 to move closer with Mixwell. But the question really is, how many players do they have on Banana? Is it 2? Is he close? Is he far away? Do they want to respect the smoke, or do they want to try to flash through it and punish a timing in which it's likely that there could be only one player, and there's a re-smoke from close? And looking at how it bounced, I think that the assumption can be that Mixwell is currently close. Although now he's beginning to fall backwards.
Off the top of the door frame, in the middle. Nice and easy lineup. Take notes, people at home.
See that information now and Arch. That's just such an important smoke if you know that they're not playing Cubby. So now the CTs are spread out, scrambling to make sure no one's in CT. But Mixwell's actually done a good job of staying for information as long as he could.
Well, this is so smart. Oh, Oscar gets the tag there, and they are so convinced that it's going to be B here. Such a beautiful fake from Mousesports, and he's able to finish things off, and gets the second frag with the AWP as well. And that's basically the round. Apex stuck in construction. Mousesports really tricked them here.
Absolutely wild stuff from Oscar, but they will get a sniper rifle at the very least.
So this is really cool because G2 have 4 players left. Steeko's top mid, and he gets the deep smoke, and then you've got 3 players on A with 0 ability to get information without pushing that smoke. And so then Mousesports abuse that by basically like running the AWP up B, and if you see the AWP, that really indicates that the main push is going to be with the AWPer. Generally, the AWP is not the lurk. And so I think Mousesports, they convinced the rotation, and yeah, some small details here in how they forced the rotation, which was really cool.
Yeah, it looks way more committal with the AWP. And then Oscar's play itself is just crazy individually, because he calls out that Kenny S is going away. Kenny S even starts walking here. He's asking for just the bare minimum amount of respect, just a baseline. And Oscar just totally calls out his play.
Man, it's really cool. I'm really liking how Mousesports think about Inferno at the moment. This is nice. Oh, what? Oh no! Oh, you really hate to see that. He deserved a kill.
Oh, Mixwell. Was he looking at the radar, perhaps? I think he was. Bit slow there. There we go. Mousesports looking for round number 8. What do they do now in BK and Apex? MBK looking for an opening. There are 2 players in the red. Perhaps there is opportunity. Ooh, a gun on the floor. Could be a good gun. Or maybe it's just a Mag 7. There's one kill. There's another one. I said it normally, guys. Relax. Apex continues to push. They don't know that a player is in apartments just yet. There is a kiss onto NPK. He is the man here who needs to go for this. Looking to smoke the bomb. Desperation plays. Oscar trying to get out of there. Rops, has he got an angle for this? The AWP's got to hit it the first time. Oh, where's he going?
Oh! That's money.
He did.
Oh, that's so nice. Wow.
Robin, cool.
Impressive. Impressive.
Nice. Split second between a win and a loss. Now Mousesports have a lead, a small lead, but they move into the last round with better guns, a small lead, and a lead on the B side no less, and an opening frag.
Yeah. Palmer's burst perhaps on the minds of Mousesports. That's definitely an option. The bomb was in apps, so I mean they are in information gathering mode as well. And looks as though they've got an argument to pull back out of the apps, and ooh, that is again just so disgusting to see shots like that, but these professional teams, they're so consistent at creating those kills. Kenny S, the last bastion on the A site. Mixwell's just standing in the apps with the UMP. Could find the bomb though, he's pushing it. Mixwell, will he find the bomb? Kenny S, oh, that's a great flick, and indeed the bomb is now at the feet of Mixwell. Now things look awful for Mousesports, but can they somehow recover? Oscar has to go for the bomb, and Mixwell's very weak. The Deagle's the perfect gun, actually, for this. One bullet, and he is quite dead.
Oscar knows. Oh my god. Oh!
Oscar.
Oh my god, you gonna knife him, dude?
Oh! Oh, it hurts.
That's the bomb. He had the bomb. He had the bomb. It's the last round as well. It's the last round. Oh!
No.
Oh dear, oh dear. It's the last round, damn it.
Imagine if they don't make land for
that. Oh, what is going on?
We've had some, I feel like we've had some really, really sick rounds from Mousesports, and then we've had this.
It's the last round, Oscar. What are you doing?
That round was far from over.
You have the bomb.
Yeah.
Stop.
Stop.
I can't get behind that, Oscar. I'm a fan, but not of that. Even I am saying it's the last round.
You should write him a letter, James.
Yes.
No fancy flashbang from Sunny. He will land a headshot, however. Chris J sees some players by the pool. Not a favourable engagement for him. Some spam on Banana, and Seeker will win that one. Now the T's trying to control the B bomb site. 3-on-3, and all the CTs are here already. So it may be difficult to plant the bomb, but they'll line up for the 2 versus 1. Kenny running out of bullets, has to collect the bomb. Does he go for the kill? Oh, look at Oscar moving into position. Surely he doesn't go for the knife this time. This time he'll finish things off with the pistol, as he should have in the previous round.
Three for 4. 3 for 4 on pistol rounds. Not too shabby, especially when they're already in the lead.
Yes, Mousesports not in a bad spot on that CT side. So going for the second mid peak. Spots a couple players. Doesn't fancy his chances for the 4 peak though, but the info's good. Sunny going down there, but this is what I was talking about earlier. You want to really make sure you can clear the front of that smoke so that you can actually use the smoke to actually push and get info and deny control. That's a beautiful reposition from Oscar. That peak is reminiscent to me of the on Mirage as a CT. You know, you peek mid, then you rotate to jungle to peek Palace.
Yeah, that's true.
It just kind of feels the same sort of dynamic. But Steeko defends as well, so it looks pretty comfortable right now for Mouse. Oh, as I say that, the CZ doing ridiculousness. Doing ridiculous things. Things that are very frustrating for the Mousesports side at least. MBK running around, making a lot of noise actually. His position well and truly known by the CTs at this point. And then Steeko will hold the angle. Nice little crossfire setup. Trade setup.
Get there eventually.
But only 1 player survived. That's a little bit too much damage. Oh, the Nova's out.
It hasn't left the hands of Sunny though.
It's going to go to Oscar, surely.
Is he keeping it? Sunny, is he keeping it?
Okay, what's going to happen is
Oscar's
going to AWP it and then drop the Nova, surely. Surely Oscar has to be the Nova man. But he's going a completely different way.
And Sunny's he's been adopted into the darkness.
Well, that's one way to pick that angle. Make the shot, get positional advantage.
He's got his own skin. Souvenir stickers. From Krakow.
I always thought it was Krakow for some reason, but there is...
There's 2 ways to say it, right?
There's a gas station in Krakow called Crack Gas, which used to make me laugh.
Crack Gas.
I went there like 7 or more years ago for the first time. Took a road trip to Auschwitz as well.
Yes, okay.
So here we go from G2. The balcony burst. Rob sees the flashbang all day, though. Avoids the second one as well. But can he get the kills? There's the first one. So many targets. Only good for 1, though. Oscar, now there are problems. What will this Nova do? Can he even get in range, Sunny?
Okay, that is ambitious from Apex. Highly ambitious, but perhaps they feel too uncomfortable just sitting on the bomb site. They're about to be overwhelmed by the swell of Mousesports players. Famas in hand, knife out again. Knife put down. Mousesports with the retake. But the bomb plot will be really nice there for G2. And if we can't forget the sustained economic hardship of Mousesports, they are not winning some of these rounds cleanly enough to really feel comfortable. This, you can see their economy is not really looking all that good. They might actually struggle to keep up the utility game. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I think maybe they'll be like somewhat okay. Yeah, it looks like some players can't afford almost anything. So Sunny is going to be without a flash and smoke, and I think he's at B as well. And you know, there's no place more important to be on full utility.
Oh, I love that smoke. Again, especially with the timing to almost bait players through. And this is pretty much the exact setup I run as well. Sunny on the corner. He's gone back to throw a grenade, but he was on the corner before, so if there weren't any, oh, he's messed it up. If there were any pop flashes, he would avoid those, pop out and help his teammate. A nice setup to run. Ooh, Sunny getting peppered. Does he hold his ground? He does. He's got the bomb as well, and a hell of a lot of kills. This time they survived with 4 players. Only the MP7 player, Chris J, going down.
Sunny played that really, really well. Like how he repositioned in each little fight was really cool. I really like that. Because you can, like, every single thing a player does is a decision. Like where they decide to move, like whether they decide to like use 2 bullets, 3 bullets, then stop, then reposition, or jiggle. Like there's all these things are decisions that are happening. You can analyze, but enough about that. What is this? It looks like an anti-eco round, but it's not. It's a full buy round. Sunny can't find the frags that he needs, and now Chris J committed perhaps in the apartments with an AWP. Not a good look, but he finds himself the bomb. It may have fallen back into second mid. Unclear at the moment on that, but nice catch by Steeko, doing what Sunny could not. Chris needs to get this one, and he will. Now Mousesports have an advantage, but this is very, very strange.
Ooh, Steeko showing a bit too much shoulder pad. Now it's down to Oscar. Ooh, Mixwell. You've only got half a second to get that frag. 6 HP Oscar. They know the bomb was in second mid because Chris J picked off a player on the balcony, so they've seen that on the radar. Now the question is, well, he's probably just rotating the safe way all the way via CT, but doesn't know if there's a rotation possible. And now he knows what's up. Off he goes.
So how do you do this with 6 HP, no utility, and an AWP, and 5-7?
I would try to find a rifle and then drop the op just so that they can't get it if you still want to go for this.
You're Oscar, though, so you're never dropping the op. Character select. The only option available is Oscar.
Oscar. I'll see myself out.
8 rounds for G2, 12 rounds to Mousesports. Both teams broke, so this is somewhat of a 2-for-1 round for the winner of this round, and that means 14 rounds for Mousesports, or it means 10 rounds for G2. So G2 need to find a good approach. Limited investment from Mousesports on Banana as far as nades are concerned, going fairly light with it, relying on smoke and flashes. Sunny with a flash potentially lined up for Chris, and that re-smoke is a bit sketchy. Ooh, Oscar does make the frag happen in apps, but Chris J is no longer with us in this round.
Footsteps made on Banana. The whole team, or what remains of them, is here for G2. Sunny trying to pick a timing. Good for the first kill. That grenade could be a juicy one for Oscar, but not quite. His T's have moved already. Ooh, Molotov towards default plant spot.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I just don't understand. There's some things in life you just can't deal with, can't comprehend. Flash through the smoke there, and nasty surprise at Kenny S. Mixwell with the wild spray, leaving himself no bullets for the peak as Steeko finishes the job. And the round goes to Mousesports.
Mixwell's 24 for 14.
Bomb didn't go down though.
That was so messy. He went to flash Kenny S through the smoke, blinded Kenny S, and he just continued to walk backwards through the smoke into their opening arms. And that was an insane shot, man. Holy smokes. I mean, that's when you're just trusting yourself on crosshair placement. You know that it's like, this is first oranges, but like, still, it's amazing.
They decide to force it. I was wondering if they were going to do that with the bomb plant, and they do. Now, if they get another bomb plant, they're pretty good to go for continued buys. They won't look perfect, though, but still. So, G2 looking to burst on B. Pretty much as simple as that with the smokes and flashes. No Molotovs for the side, though. That's unfortunate.
Is that smoke too late for Sunny? He's picked off another one. Chris J now can make use of this bait setup, and he does with the CZ. 3 kills for those 2 players of Mousesports, and that's a 3 versus 2 now for Mousesports. Stico moving in with some pre-fire. That was pretty good, but he is exposed to Apex, who takes the initiative and evens things up.
Now, this is really interesting. I wonder if there'll be any sound cues given by Mousesports. As you can see, Mixwell expectant of banana. Now the 1v2, he has the smoke to play with. This could give him the 1v1, indeed. Easy 1v1, Oscar scoped in, can't see anything. Doesn't know anything about Mixwell. Flash up high as he makes his way forward. Both players blinded, but it's Rops to find the headshot. And now he's got no chance, yeah, indeed. What a shame there for Rops, but for G2. They'll be able to buy off of the back of this and put Mousesports into a pretty awful position money-wise.
I would definitely buy. I would definitely buy right here if I was Mousesports.
Yes.
Yeah, just because G2 lost 5. That's a round they had to win, and they lost 5 players. So the absolute worst way to win a round. It's just too tempting to think, all right, everyone's buying to broke this round, and we could simply win this game right here if we pull this off.
And it's the beauty of having a player like having an Oscar on your team, or having the Oscar. There's only one. That's quite like him. Because when he has an AWP, even if the rest of your teammates just have CZs, that's still a very winnable round, as he can create so much opportunity where almost no one else in the world could.
Deep smokes towards Arch once again.
It looked like he made that up.
All 5 G2 players towards the A bomb site, but oh! That's all he could do. No time to get that reload in. Somehow it works out for G2, and they've wiped out all the players on A. G2 looking to move towards double figures now versus Mousesports.
There's so much promise for that knife. So much promise.
I can't believe he went for the left click. Like,
Yeah,
he went for the long con.
Interesting. Sunny's going for a gun. He wants to get a kill on the gun. Don't really expect the player to be in this position. Oscar saving on T-Pit. So G2 allowing that. Their money sucks so much that they are very happy to allow the save of Mousesports here. However, it's still pretty scary territory for them. Mousesports should surely save now at this point. 1 save. But what do they do with Oscar? The round loss bonus for Mousesports would be what, the 3rd one this round? Yes, so they're going to have $2,400 on top of what they have now. So the only person that could buy an AWP next round is Chris, and he has spent only money for a flashbang. So Oscar can go for broke here. Misses the flick shot. And he's going to get out of there. 19 HP.
They come to Mandem. 2 players only on this site, and they are ill-equipped. And there they go. Now it might be Operation Protect the AWP, because for sure Oscar's going to be hunted.
Goodbye, Mixwell. Goodbye, Oscar. But indeed, again, Chris can buy an AWP next round. Sunny maybe can keep this AK, actually. It's a pretty strong possibility for that he can do that.
Yeah, he's got pretty far away.
Yeah, this is a really nice steal of a gun into that next round. You always want to, well, you always want the AK.
I wonder. I don't think since that infamous clip of Rops being unable to open a door because the chicken was in the way. I don't know that Any changes have been made to the game to stop that from happening? Perhaps I shall talk to Valve about that. Don't want to see that at the major.
Let them work on panorama, James. We don't need any more distractions.
They have enough staff to multitask. Launders. Please bear with me. I am inscribing something in my diary. Printing on the tablets.
Flame carpet there at top banana. Apex wants to go in straight away. Fast pace here from G2. The contact into the B-bomb site from Apex and from Mixwell. Now, how much can they get here? The bomb is moving towards second mid. That's a good first frag. Losing his teammate, Apex realizes that his chances drop considerably to trade to success, as there's no trade option if you're alone. And he will fall back. So Mousesports holding on well, but they've got limited utility here. 4 nades left in the round. But at least they got the man advantage. That will mitigate that significantly. And you can also use the team play, some good crossfires and so on to also mitigate lack of utility.
It's a strong setup from Mousesports right now with the 5 players remaining. They still have a little bit of information here at Arch. And then they've also got the op to make sure they don't really have to rotate. So it's going to be super hard for G2 to get info. And there are still utility to use to delay the push.
Oh dear. Apex moving into the B-bomb site, spots a player around the fountain, but he's just showing presence over there, trying to pull rotation. And indeed he does. Deco making his way towards A, but are they capitalizing on this rotation? G2 starting to stream in now, and the CTs are out of position towards the arch area. There are flashbangs though towards short, and all the kills coming the way of the CTs. Kenny alone in the pit, 1 versus 4, 5 seconds, just trying to hold on to the AWP. They sold them something, but they could not exploit it in time. 14 rounds now to the 11 of G2 in favor of Mousesports, of course.
Rops is actually a monster in pit. So good at this.
Rough times for G2, because if they lose this round, not only will they be against match point, they will be broke, dead broke. Chris with a nade over the broken wall. Good damage onto G2. Oh, bit of extra burn damage, a couple of ticks there onto Apex. And they've lost 100 HP between 3 players. Damn. It's like GT want to just burst straight onto this B-bomb site. Testing Chris, testing Sunny, but they will pass with flying colors so far at least, as Chris continues to do immense damage and no one is left. G2 are in so much trouble. They're in too deep.
It's pretty cool how that smoke just cuts the push in half, isolates players, and then if they are successful in those initial engagements, the CT side, it makes it really hard for the Ts to clean up afterwards, and Body left alone now, 27 HP, still looking for the flanks. They know he's doing, the pistols are out, and he is being chased. Oscar dancing around, winning the duel eventually.
Just a round of optimal nades. HE doing so much initial damage, the Molotov getting a little bit of extra burn damage in the flash here to help Chris J find these easy fights. And, you know, he's hitting headshots and also melting players are already low because of his previous nades.
So it's down to this. Orp, CZ, Galil, and Scout. 5 grenades. Not the best look in the world. Deep. HE's onto Banana will do a lot of damage. Nice catch from Oscar. Anticipates the jump across the window. And G2 are being melted.
Like fondue. There's the bomb. And there is Kenny S. Chris J catches him, jumping, trying to avoid, getting slowed down, tagged. And then the frag is pretty easy. So, it looks like Mousesports have stabilized in game 2 of 4 Mousesports games today. Going 1-for-1 versus G2.
That's a big deal. They have more losses than everyone else in the top 4 or 5. 5, like one more lock, I should say. Actually, maybe 2 now. But splitting here is not too bad, considering they get to move into play Gambit next, who haven't had the best season online. And it looks like they've also woken up quite a bit, especially here in the second half of the second map.
Yeah, definitely looking much more comfortable. That first map, they really seem to struggle individually, but we see things returning to normality, perhaps. And it will be a very interesting matchup. Two very different teams. So looking forward to that one. But G2, again, don't have to be too discouraged. This was sort of like neither team could afford to lose 2 maps, but both teams can afford to go 1-1 against each other. And considering that they're both top 4 teams, top 4 caliber teams, it shouldn't be like no one's going to be too sad about this, I think.
Yeah, Mixwell.
Here are the statistics at the end of the game. Mixwell had so many rounds with 3-4 kills, especially in the first half. So I imagine all those impact frags, those rounds were won. But it wasn't enough, unfortunately, for G2 on this occasion. Mousesports' next opponent will be Gambit, and the next map is going to be Mirage. A reminder, tickets are available for our finals, wembley.csgoleague.com. And there's the next one, 1 million FACEIT points dropped just for people in the crowd. So that's a pretty nice one. Make sure you get some tickets, get involved, get over to LAN. We will see you after the break in about 15 minutes for G2 versus Gambit. See you then.
Sorry. Thought you'd catch it.